if it's on display here, hundreds of thousands of fans will get to enjoy that artifact for years to come, and it becomes a permanent piece of the Patriots story. My name is Bryan Morry. I'm the Executive Director of the Patriots Hall of Fame presented by Raytheon Technologies. I actually started with the Patriots back in 1997 as the editor of their team newspaper, Patriots Football Weekly, and I started working at the Hall of Fame back in 2007 when the building was under construction. We opened in 2008, and I've been here ever since. So as you can see there, you enter the museum, you come through our tunnel. We created sort of the way the Patriots run onto the field on game day, so to give the fans a little bit of a feel of running out onto the field on game day. As a museum and Hall of Fame, we always want to be able to tell the story of the team, of its players, of its greatest players, and just any records or milestones that are set. We want fans to be able to come and enjoy those artifacts for years to come. I'll give you a great story. So Tom Brady passed 50,000 passing yards. He was given the ball in the locker room after the game, and then it was given to us. And we had it on display Monday morning after the game. Well, he used to do a Monday morning radio interview, and he was asked the next morning on the radio where that ball went. And his answer, I'll paraphrase, was, "I don't know where it went, but it belongs in the Patriots Hall of Fame so the fans can enjoy it." And that's the attitude we love, because I always say, listen, I understand when a player may want an artifact or something, a milestone football, but that player's probably going to take it home and put it on his mantle. And so that's why we want to preserve the artifacts, because it's important for us to have our fans be able to come here and remember the emotions they felt when that record was set. Maybe they were in the stadium when the record was set and they remember it. So to be able to come and see the ball or see that jersey is pretty special.
And Brady and Moss hook up on a record catch.
So when I'm watching a game, either live here at the stadium or at home, and let's just say Tom Brady breaks a record or surpasses a passing yardage milestone, and we want either the football from that record or his game-worn jersey, I will immediately email or text our equipment staff so that they know after the game, if it's a jersey, for example, not to send that jersey out to be reconditioned after the game, because we want to preserve that jersey as it was when it was worn during the game for display and for archiving purposes in our museum collection. So that way they'll grab that jersey and pull it aside for us before they send the rest of the jerseys out to be reconditioned, which they do after each game. If it's a ball, a lot of times I'll let the equipment staff know before a game, hey, it's a good chance Tom Brady's going to surpass 70,000 passing yards in this game. So they'll be on alert for that, and when that happens during the game, they'll pull the ball from the game. They'll usually actually wrap it and pre-wrap and then put white tape around it and write on it, say, Brady, 70K, meaning 70,000 yards, and they'll stick it in an equipment box, and I'll be able to get that ball after the game. And it's great that we're affiliated with the team here, because we can usually get those artifacts pretty quickly after the game and get them right on display, you know, a day or two after a record was set or a milestone was surpassed. Bill Belichik's shoes that he wore on November 19th, 2017 in a win against the Oakland Raiders in Mexico City. It was his 271st win, which moved him past Tom Landry on the all-time coaching wins list. LeGarrette Blount, for example, set a Patriots record for rushing touchdowns in a season, and I wanted his jersey and the ball. Well, we got the ball, and he exchanged his jersey with another player that day, so we were unable to get the jersey. So that's why I don't like the practice of players being able to exchange their jerseys with guys from the other team. But the players have become collectors in and of themselves in many cases. So that's a practice that, while I frown upon it, I have to deal with. This case is some of our more recent artifacts. So you see Cam Newton's jersey. Cam Newton tied Steve Grogan's record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single season last year. So for the auction, there'll be 30 either game-worn or team-issued jerseys, and the difference between the two is game-worn, you'd see sort of the markings on the jersey or any stitches or repairs that were made to the jersey, and a team-issued jersey would be different than a jersey you might buy in the pro shop. So a team issued jersey would be cut to the player's liking, have different sleeves that might fit over the shoulder pads differently, as opposed to a retail jersey that you would go in and it would be just a regular jersey with regular sleeves. The jerseys are cut to the player's desire and the fit that they like for game day. Both come from the locker room. Both would be cut for the players themselves. I think that just the unique element of having a jersey that was cut for the player and team issued, or of course then worn during the game, provides a certain uniqueness to it that I think collectors love. It's always great to display. Whether an item or an artifact is on display here in our museum or Hall of Fame or part of this auction, they're all one of a kind, unique item that you won't be able to get anywhere else. It's an incredible opportunity to get your hands on some pretty cool stuff that was worn or issued by the team.